What do you want to do, Forman? Anything?
Yeah,
I'm going
obits.
to do the obits.
Obits. Yeah.
How do you want to be remembered?
Let's do facts last then.
Okay.
You can do obits
don't end
first.
with the obits.
Do obits first.
Yeah, open with obits. Who
Oh,
cares?
good.
Open
That's
with
worse.
dead people.
I think that's, people are...
It's spooky season. We've got all your spooky traffic
That's
and
right.
weather.
Spooky traffic.
I hope we
Ooh,
do.
That's
That's
right.
so
Yeah.
funny.
Top of the morning to you.
It's such a spooky
Top of the
season.
morning.
Have you seen what's happening with Cardi B and her ghost?
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. She says the N-word wants to have sex with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ghost, there's a ghost in her house, but it
know
only
who
shows
else
up
I just-
when her husband's not home.
That's
and
right.
she's afraid to go to sleep because it's going to have sex with her.
Yeah.
So apparently Lucy Liu has said that before too. The actress.
Okay.
Yeah. Just FYI.
Lucy Liu, that sounds like a 50s,
Lucy Liu.
a 50s hit for Little
Yeah, it's true.
Don't get excited. It's just Keith's. Because I'm a
Haven't-
basic Halifax bitch.
Basic.
Basic
Halifax
bitch.
beer.
Look at me and my white Yeti talk about basic bitch. There you go.
Uh-huh.
It's not a pumpkin spice latte though, unfortunately.
All right. Well, we're underway. This is due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, brought to you by Campbell Amusements.
Yes, they're the best part of every fair.
Yep.
And the Rockton Fair is coming up. Rockton World's Fair. This weekend, October 5th to 9th. We'll have more about Campbell's in a little bit.
Okay. This is the podcast that at this time of year you should be thankful for,
Okay.
especially when it's over. Just
Okay. That's too bad.
just saying.
No.
And
If you've made it to the end. I mean, if you're that
if
thankful
you-
that
yeah,
it's done.
If you made it to the
Did
end,
you even
you'll be
listen?
Thankful.
Yeah.
It's like every once a year, everyone gathers around the podcast, airs their grievances,
Yeah.
Right.
and turns it off before it's over.
That's right. That's how it works. That's how it works. When we are coming up to, spooky time of year.
Spooky season.
Spooky season.
With all your spooky traffic and weather.
Yeah, that's right.
I have to say it because Foreman says it all the time, and I thought you were going to jump in there, and then you didn't.
No, I'll let you have that one.
This is the time of year where you'll hear every radio host call it spooky whatever, spooky traffic and weather. It's just like on St. Patrick's Day, and they all go top of the morning to ya.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
but
Rachel Gilbert.
Now they teach at colleges to teach the next generation how to do it properly.
They do. Yeah,
Yes,
that's,
now they
that's who
teach.
the teachers are.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I can't get a job teaching. I would never teach that. Anyway.
You'd say avoid this at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be cliche.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Well, when we lose those loved ones
yeah. Yeah.
this time of year,
Speaking of,
Speaking of.
well, it's just, this time of year makes you think of that type of activity, and you realize, was everybody beloved?
When they die, you
see,
mean?
Yeah, when you see a funeral
yeah.
service or an obituary or a tribute to somebody, can they really all have been just amazing family members and upstanding citizens, and they
Yeah.
were loved by all?
speaking of cliche.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, no, they're not. I don't know why. I don't think any, I think obits are just a glossed over, rosy viewed version of everyone's life.
And then a list of who they were related to.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And sometimes how they died, but sometimes not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I mean, they're not, like, you don't want to know how everybody dies. I mean, it could be explosive diarrhea. Why would you want that? Why would you want to read that?
If that's the
Okay.
reason, it had better be in the
I want to know so I can avoid that.
Died
that fate.
far too young of explosive diarrhea.
Well, how
Yes.
do I prevent that? That's my first question.
Which
Yeah.
chain restaurant did they have dinner at?
yeah, exactly. So you're wondering,
Can they not be a little more honest, like this one that has caught my eye?
Oh, you
that
have an
begins
an
with the
honest
phrase,
obit.
I am pleased to announce the passing of my father.
Pleased. Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
And you'll be happy to know it does include the cause of death.
Oh, okay.
really?
Okay.
It continues. after suffering multiple strokes.
Oh.
One, thankfully leaving him unable to speak.
Thankfully.
The abusive, narcissistic, absentee father, husband, brother, son finally kicked the bucket.
Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
Because he treated people with disdain, there will be no service.
Awesome.
Wow, really? There's no service. And I see that the family has chosen the person who loves him the most to write the obit.
The daughter.
Oh, his daughter.
This is written by his daughter.
Oh,
This
my.
guy died at age 74 in BC. She's from Ontario.
Oh.
And the funeral home website where her father was cremated removed this obituary.
Oh my.
Really?
Really? But if that's what the family wants out there, what's it to them?
Yeah, she wants it
Who
to be
cares?
the truth. Like, this is the truth. Why?
Did they
Not
all get-
everyone's beloved.
I mean, did they all get together and approve this? Like, this guy, he sounds horrible, especially if they're not willing to sugarcoat anything for his obit.
Yes, but how do you know? I mean, this could be a dysfunctional family to begin with, and maybe
Could
it's
be.
several
Sounds like
kids,
it.
and one of them really hated him and
Right.
decided to look after the obituary. I mean, I don't know.
And maybe another kid it was the one that said take that down.
Well, she goes on to say, special thank you to the staff of the Penticton Regional Hospital for putting up with this miserable human for so long.
Oh my.
Wow, that's awesome. That's so truthful.
It's so honest. I
So-
can't believe.
It's brutally honest, and I love it. I love it.
Well,
and I
it's
think
it's
this
honest
is-
from her point of view.
But isn't that the way? Wouldn't that do you know anybody that reads obituaries on a daily basis? Because I do.
You know people. I
I
think once you get of a certain age, you start reading them. But I don't even know where to find obits now. Like, I don't get a newspaper delivered. When we used to get the
You can get 'em
newspaper,
online. You can get 'em
people
online.
would go. I guess, yeah. People would go and look through the obits and just see like if their friends passed away, right? Like, who do I know that made it to the obits, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of what once you get to an age, then
Okay,
that's what you do.
I don't see the appeal of doing that, and
No.
I'm certainly at the age where people my age die routinely. So I could.
Well, not that
I don't.
routinely yet.
I don't choose to read the obituaries. However,
Right.
somebody that I live with does.
Oh, really?
Because I said to her,
Really?
yes, it was up on the. I sat in front of the computer in the morning and I went, "Wow, the obituaries." Like, it just said recently passed. And I'm
Is
like,
that the
Oh.
homepage on your
I
computer?
don't know. No, she
This is
just
bookmarked.
she forgot to click off of it. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "Do you read the obituaries?" Yeah, sometimes. And I said, "Why?" I don't know. In case I know someone.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's why
okay.
anyone reads them.
All right.
You would only
Or
read
maybe,
them just in
maybe
case you know somebody.
maybe she's she's waiting to see a certain name appear there. I hope that's.
Oh my goodness.
But if you
Well-
know somebody, you're going to find out other ways before happening to see it on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
should.
true. The only
You
time
should.
I ever read an obit is if someone shares it because it's their family member
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
People
But
do it
all
on-
obits are generally, actually, literally every obit I've ever read is a glowing review of that person's life. Like it says, this person was a great person. And they can't all be that great. They can't be that great. Like,
No.
not everybody's a good person. It'll be like it'll say something like, well, they had a few run-ins with the law, but overall they were great. Like, really? Are they that great if they have that many run-ins?
Yeah.
Like, really? I don't think so.
I mean, I think that and that's the whole point. How do you want to be remembered? Do you read the obituaries? How do you want to be remembered? And you should take. I think seriously, if you want to be remembered a certain way, if you want a sense of humor in whatever anybody sees about you, then you should prepare that. Or
Yeah.
Like, prepare your own
or,
obit.
or maybe I've come up with maybe I've created a job for myself. I can write your obituary for you. Give me a few things.
Oh,
Yes.
And I'll
you should write
craft-
living obits.
I could craft a
Yes.
really fun obituary for
There's
you.
your
so
side
that
hustle, Dave.
This is I mean, I could do that.
Yes.
I mean, I would
You
enjoy
got a
that.
business.
I would just tell me a few
People
things
have
about
living
myself.
funerals.
Yes,
You
I
could
do
have a
that.
living obits business.
But I think we should start doing that instead of that old way. I mean, I agree with you, Rachel. Not everybody.
Yeah, I don't want
literally, no one is that nice except
No.
Mother Teresa. I can't
Right.
really find
course.
any fault there.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's what you need.
People aren't that great.
Yeah.
No.
But we only talk about their good things in the obits, of course, because that's,
Yeah,
I
but
think we
don't.
think it's mean to remember them. But if that's what they were like this guy, this person's parent.
Yeah, like she says, I don't think that he would even care about her dad. Honestly, that's just the type of person he was. So, you know what? If Dave's not going to write your obituary, I want this woman to do it for me.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
I want that one.
She writes a good nasty one anyway. I mean, if you're that person, and I mean, people that are that way don't really care what their obituary
That's true.
says.
They
Trust
don't
me.
care. If
They
you want to
don't
have a
care.
nice obit, you better start being nice now.
You
Yeah.
got to
So
do
people
it
will
yourself.
do that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to,
gotta
like,
look after
live that
yourself.
way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, do you really care what it says anyway? Because
You're
not
dead.
going to be around to proofread it.
Gonna
I
be
know.
around to proofread
Like one
it.
time I asked my mom, we were at a funeral, and I was like, well, what do you want for your funeral? She said something, and I was like,
Oh,
well,
that's
is this
nice
what
of
you
you.
want? I don't know. Well, I need to know eventually. And
Well,
she's like,
since we're at a funeral, what do you want me to say at yours?
Yeah. What are you
well,
thinking,
we
Mom?
were somehow thinking, we were
Yeah.
somehow talking about it.
Well, Mom, aren't you next?
Yeah. I mean, hey, Mom,
she's not.
you want us to do it like that when you die?
Yeah.
Time's a ticking.
And she
Yeah.
was like, I don't care what you do. I'm going to be dead. Like, she's
Ah.
like, I don't care what happens. I'm going to not be here. So what do
Yeah.
I care? I'm like, that's true. What do you care?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's
This guy
not for
probably-
you. It's for me. And
Yeah,
if the
it's-
obituary is for me and the entertainment factor is
Yeah.
supposed to be me as the
That's
reader,
right.
Yeah, let her say what she wants.
I don't
Gussy
know
it
why
up
they
a bit.
censored that. Don't take it
Yeah.
down. If that's
No.
what the family wants out there, then
so
whatever.
either be brutally honest or make everything up.
Yeah. Whatever
Make
you-
it
and
up.
if-
I
and if
want
you would.
mine to be made up.
Okay,
That's
well,
a good. I like that actually.
How much money do you have? 'Cause I am here and I
You have
can
to
do
buy
it.
it from Dave
Yeah,
first.
I can do it.
Just put obit in the subject line to Dave Rachel Forman at gmail.com.
I'll create it for you.
Oh my god.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast that's brought to you by Campbell Amusements and also by Murphy Bus Lines, who've been serving southwestern Ontario since 1946. That's a long time.
I went to
That's a long
school
time.
on the Murphy bus lines. for
Did
sure.
you?
Yes, when I
Did
was
you?
growing up. Yeah.
Did you? Were you a model bus rider?
Yes, I think so.
Uh-huh.
Model bus rider. That's right.
Not.
It was
not,
a busy bus though.
Uh-huh. Right. Okay. All right.
I only got in trouble just a few handful of 3
Because
or 4 or 6
oh,
at a
I
time.
actually
Yeah.
did get in trouble when I was in grade like 5 or 6.
Well, you do tend to be a little high.
Strong?
Me and my friends,
Ma-
we were a little
ma-
disruptive.
maintenance. Yeah.
We were.
Well,
just
don't be
recall
like that.
when-
Don't be like that.
I recall when we were all kids and you realized that giant box they put at the front of the bus that was supposedly a camera. And when
Yes.
we all realized it's not a camera.
Yeah.
Well, then the behavior really went downhill.
Yeah.
But then they would tell us, "Oh no, we switch the cameras around every so often, so you don't know if your bus has it or not."
They had
course.
you
So we
all
were like,
figured out.
"Oh, we better be good."
Well, look, if by the way, murphybus.ca, that's the website, and they're hiring.
They're hiring. Yeah, they're looking for bus drivers, which they say is a great job for young mothers, maybe retirees, or if you just want like a part-time job. You get weekends off, holidays, summers. You're only working the school schedule, which is pretty sweet. Twice a day. They got part-time jobs available. If you don't have your bus license, they'll train you. They'll help you get your bus license. They'll train you on how to drive the bus, and then you can have at it.
Yeah. You know, Murphy Bus Lines, by the way, family owned and operated. They have over 300 drivers in southwestern Ontario.
Yeah.
You can count yourself as one of them. All
They're
you have
great
to do
people.
is fill out an application online and tell them Rob Murphy sent you.
The Rob Murphy.
The Rob Murphy.
Wow.
Rob Murphy taught me to drive a school bus.
No way.
Only in a parking lot, mind you.
That's safer for
For a
you.
Imagine the world that
And
it
him.
was Dave, the bus driver, driving
my
Rachel
God.
I
to
know.
school.
Well,
I couldn't
you know,
imagine if Dave was a bus. You could be a bus driver now because you're retired,
well,
but I couldn't imagine that.
I'm just not working it. I'm just without work at the moment, Rachel. I'm not necessarily.
Oh,
retired.
okay.
I am
You're-
without work.
I see.
Right.
I see.
Yeah.
You're between jobs. You're between opportunities.
Between opportunities.
Yes.
I'm
Until
looking
that
at
first
writing
obit
obits.
request comes
yeah,
in.
I'm
Yes.
looking at writing obits for people. So
Right.
But anyway, if
Starting a
you're-
new business,
Yeah.
writing obits.
But Rob did teach me how to drive a school bus, and very quickly, because Rob drives
Okay.
a school bus.
Yes.
He can drive one.
Of
Anybody
course he
can.
Well, if they're going to do all the training and do all the assistance to get you the bus license, then yeah, just go to murphybus.ca and then you can just be one of these 300 bus drivers working the best hours available.
Yeah, you got nothing to lose.
Yeah, or you're listening to a podcast. You might be driving. You can't write this down, but I'll give it to you anyway. You can call this number 1-877-289-6507. Just wind it back a few times when you get home if you're really interested, and you'll get that phone number. So we don't do it a whole lot of times.
That's right. Or just murphybus.ca.
Yeah. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast where Dave, Rachel, and Forman. Podcast brought to you by Campbell Amusements. More on them momentarily. And this is the podcast that would be asked to bring a pickle tray to Thanksgiving dinner. Pretty sure.
Oh, this shit again.
The most incompetent one.
That's right.
That's us.
No, well, pickle trays.
That's our podcast.
One step up from bring the buns.
The buns. Yeah, if you're asked to bring the buns, it's
I brought napkins.
I got napkins.
Can you get the plate? Even the plates and cutlery and stuff that requires a little more organization, and that's above the buns and the pickle tray.
I can recall many discussions that the three of us had on the air over the years that we were on a radio station together, but that was one of my favorites. Absolutely.
Yes. If you're asked to bring the pickle tray,
if you're asked to bring
nobody trusts what you're actually
That's right.
going to be able to bring.
You know what that means, don't you?
Yeah.
What are you bringing?
Just get a few jars of pickles and olives.
Yeah, I'm doing the mashed potatoes. I'm doing the salad.
I'm doing a casserole.
I'm doing the pickle tray.
Yeah, that's right. I got the buns.
Anyway, speaking of food. And I was voted most likely to segue.
You were, yes. I was going to say that was quite
in
good.
Radio school.
Bravo.
Speaking of food.
Yes, most likely to segue.
Do you know someone who's a picky, difficult eater? And
Yes.
by that, I mean...
Yes.
Besides
our children?
Yeah, well, no. Let's talk about adults. We could go to the children
adults.
aspect of it at some point in this discussion, because I have a couple of theories here.
Okay.
And this all really came to me, or having this discussion came to me at a dinner that we were at. And we get invited to, because we were Mug Club members at Anderson Craft Ales.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting paid anything to say that. I wish I was. So
You should sell a sponsorship to them, Dave.
That's right.
Yes.
Anyway,
If they want to pay me in beer, I'll gladly say it.
that's right. Anyway, we get invited as Mug Club. So here's what the deal is: you get a mug, mug. You pay some money, you get a mug, and you get 4 meals and beer in the year that you're a Mug Club member, and you get your beer served to you in the mug whenever you go to the brewery or whatever. And so and
it's a nice ceramic handmade mug, right?
Oh yeah, beautiful handmade.
Yeah, it's not
mug.
just any old.
And you get so they have seasonal beers. There's one that just came out in the fall. Another one comes out in the winter, in the spring, and in the summer. And then you have a meal where they have their own. And by the way, it's a great place to go and eat. And I'm not being paid to say that either. But they have their own kitchen and their own chef. And they usually will do something that kind of goes with the beer, the seasonal beer that you're having.
Okay.
So we were recently invited for the launch of the autumn fall beer, which is a typical German Marzen, which is an Oktoberfest style beer.
Lovely.
For anybody that knows beer. And Anderson makes a good one. And so the chef prepared. So the chef comes out. So we go to this thing. And
But they haven't bought a sponsorship, so.
No, they haven't bought. But the guy that brews
Tell
the
us
beer.
more, David.
The guy that brews the beer comes out, tells you a little bit about the beer. Then the chef comes out and tells you about the food pairing that you're about to be served. And so the food pairing was a mushroom risotto with chicken. And the mushroom risotto, I believe, was flavored. Anyway, it was really, really good. And we were sitting with a group of people.
Okay, yes.
We were sitting
Why
with a
are you
group of
laughing,
people.
Foreman?
We're sitting with a group of people.
Does this story have a point?
Yes.
Or is this another ad that you get money for and
No,
we don't?
I don't get nothing.
Yes,
I get
like a
nothing
secret
for this.
sponsorship? What the
Nothing.
hell?
I get nothing.
I'm
for
going to
this.
have a conversation with Rob Murphy after this.
Yeah, I get nothing for this at all. So we're enjoying it. Like, it was really good. The food was good. The risotto was good. The chicken was good. But there were two guys sitting with us at the table. There was a group of us. I think there were 5 of us.
All right.
And 2 of the guys were picking away.
Uh-oh, they didn't
at
like
their-
it. They're
at their
picky.
food. 'Cause
Okay.
I think they ate the chicken, but they weren't really fussy on the mushroom risotto, which you know.
Mushroom risotto is not my favorite. There are other risottos that I like better.
Now we have reached the point of my story.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, good. It's over.
That was a long wind-up.
Do you know someone who's a picky eater? Like, why
Mm-hmm.
would you sign yourself up for something that's going to give you probably 4 times a year food you don't like?
Good point.
Yeah.
And
that's
why?
Because they're going to have, like, unique dishes, right,
Yes.
that go with the beers.
that complement the beer.
True.
Stuff you're not going to make at home yourself.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always, look, and again, I don't get paid. It's good
Yes.
if you broaden your mind and just allow yourself to try something maybe a little different.
Which you'd think
Yeah.
you would do. And Rachel, you saying that mushroom risotto is not your favorite, but if you were in that situation, you're still going to eat it.
Oh, yeah, I would
So
eat
we're
it.
not
Yeah.
going to pick all the mushrooms
Yeah.
I mean,
off.
maybe it's
you-
a different. Maybe they made it a different way. I don't know. I'm sure
Yeah.
it's delicious. It's just
Right.
not
Okay.
my
Okay. Well,
flavor
that's
of
this is
choice.
This
for
is
that.
what I wonder. So, one of the guys that was with us we knew that he was pretty
Picky.
much, yeah, he's a hot dog guy.
Okay.
That tells
Yeah.
tells you everything.
Like, I know
tells-
lots of kids who are picky. Mine
you
are
everything.
okay because we, at our house, we do say to the kids, you have to try it. You have to try a bite. And we say that we're a family of triers. So we try things, right? So
Okay.
we kind of put that on them. So they do try things. But again, if they could have chicken nuggets every day, they would, right? Like that's their... But there are some friends that come over and they will not eat anything. Like some of them are hard to find
Yeah,
meals
well, I
for
believe it's
if they're
rooted.
staying over.
It is rooted.
But they're
in,
kids.
Well, I think it's rooted when you're a child, but then it sticks with you. That's what I think. I think somewhere along the line you go, well, I don't like eggs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like beans. I don't like and
I think
Mom,
it's a mindset too, because I think as I was growing up, I was like, I didn't like rice when I was a kid. I didn't, but now I
No,
like
I
it.
didn't either.
Or I didn't like certain things, and then you grow to like it. So eventually, at some point, you're like, well, maybe everybody else likes it. Maybe I should try it.
Maybe
I should try it again.
Maybe
But
I should
think if
broaden
you
my.
have that
That's right.
stubborn mindset and you don't change your mind, then yeah.
You need a reason to change your mind. I think that's what I
Yeah.
found out.
Yeah.
Where stuff like I hated peas and beans as a kid.
Right.
But if I want my children to eat it, then daddy's got to suck it up and say, these are really good.
Yes.
And if
Yeah.
you're like somebody, say, my sister, bless her heart, still in her 40s now, refuses to eat olives. If you
Yeah.
order pizza, you have to
Okay.
get only half olives.
I won't eat olives either.
and I
but
said,
it's
oh,
because
come
Olives
on,
are-
grow up.
I won't eat
Yeah,
them.
olives are that's a lot of people don't like. But I know people
Just
who
try them.
I
They're
won't eat it.
good.
I know
I-
people
well-
who don't like peas, for instance, or certain vegetables, or sushi is a big thing that a lot of people don't like sushi. I love it.
Try it. I'll try sushi.
Jeremy's tried it, but he doesn't like. He'll do the rolls sometimes, but he doesn't love.
No, okay. Well, I just when you reach the stage, because we actually one of the guys there, I don't know him that well, but anyway, I think his wife works with my wife, so she actually said, "Is he a picky eater?" A couple days after, and she goes, "Oh, why?" Well, they had this mushroom risotto. Oh, yeah, no, he's very meat and potatoes. Yeah. There
And
I knew
some
a guy.
people are, but yeah, why would you sign up for something like that knowing they're not going to serve you meat and potatoes?
No, they're not.
That's not what you're going to get at these dinners.
But somewhere along the line, and I have this other friend, and he listens to this podcast, and he's hardcore. I mean, and he knows who he is because as we're talking about this, he's probably going, "Oh, I hope he doesn't talk about me." But here we go. When you
knew it was coming the whole time.
When you said, chicken nuggets or chicken fingers or whatever, like he orders boneless boneless chicken wings, which aren't even a thing.
That's what I would order because I hate chicken wings.
Yeah. Well, boneless chicken wings aren't chicken wings.
No,
without
they're chicken
bones.
nuggets.
They're just chicken.
Yeah, I know.
Just blobs of chicken.
Sounds nicer for adults, though.
Yeah.
That's what I get if we
Yeah.
go for wings.
What are you going to have this time? Well, I was thinking about having the chicken fingers. Oh yeah. Again.
Here's the thing with chicken wings.
Again?
They're more trouble than they're worth, chicken
again?
fingers. Chicken wings, sorry. Chicken wings are more trouble than they're worth because it just takes so much effort to get so little meat.
I see.
Yes, it's
I don't know. I'm
not worth it.
I don't mind chicken wings occasionally. It's not my thing, but it's the whole boneless chicken wings are not a thing. Anyway, some people are very picky, and then that leads me to where all of these people go to eat.
Where do they go, Dave?
The Keg. That's where they all go. That's where.
But I'm at the Keg, and I'm not that picky.
Yeah, you are. You're
No,
picky.
I'm not.
Yeah, you like your bland. You like. I'll have a good steak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I have to tell you guys that and I hate telling you this. I've had a bit of a revelation about the Keg.
What's that?
Should
Because
I
we recently
fill my mouth with beer and then await what you say after?
Sure.
Sure.
can spit it
yeah,
out.
Go ahead. Yeah, don't ruin your mic. We recently went to Chop a couple times, which is it's a steakhouse here in London.
That's another place where
Yes.
picky eaters go.
Yes, I've seen there's chops in every
Well,
city now.
I can tell you that Chop is better than the Keg.
Oh.
Well,
and how do we know that?
Shut my mouth, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Shut the front door.
Yeah. The flavors are better. It's seasoned better. Things are just they're flavored better.
Methinks their gift cards may be more plentiful as well. Doth he nail it?
He doth. This is due to underwhelming demand.
That was underwhelming.
I know that was very underwhelming. With Dave, Rachel, and Forman, it's brought to you by Campbell Amusements.
Yes, they've got over 50 years of family fun that they've been offering at all of the carnivals across Ontario, New Brunswick, PEI, Nova Scotia, Quebec. They do all of the kind of Eastern Canada. And they're here in this area. They just did the Ilderton Fair. The last one they have is the Rockton World's Fair this weekend, October 5th to 9th.
I'm curious about the Rockton World's Fair. I might have to go because I want to know how it became a World's Fair. I'm intrigued, and I want to go.
I don't know, actually. I've never been to the Rockton Fair, but Ilderton is my fave, as you know. So.
Well, this might speak to not only the Rockton World's Fair, but also to the history of Campbell Amusements being at all these fairs.
Yes.
We did get a message from John saying that he grew up in Dundas, and every year his parents would give him the choice to either go to the Ticats Argos game or Thanksgiving Monday, go to the Rockton World's Fair, and the fair won out almost always. It's a top-notch fall fair.
Wow.
I think I might know who that John is.
You might.
I know.
Cool.
I think we just talked about him a little bit.
Oh, did we? Okay, well, that's good.
He might be a friend to the Turtles.
That's it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard that it's a great fair, and Campbell Amusements brings like 45 carnival rides and midway games. They're the midway at the fair, and what's a fair without a midway? So Campbell Amusements brings the carnival, the midway, to all the fall fairs.
So for you, Rachel, when you're at the Ilderton Fair, what will you get on?
I like to go on. We do the carousel a lot because Kendall loves the carousel.
Oh, okay.
The Ferris wheel is good too. But the kids do a lot of the little kid rides. But then Julia and I always do the little roller coaster they have. Always. Okay.
What about
That's probably my favorite.
What about you and Jeremy? Which one?
Jeremy loves the scrambler, so we end up going on that. And he always makes me sit on the outside, so I'm the one that gets squished, which pisses me off because I forget every year which person gets squished, and it's
the one
me.
On the outside.
Yeah,
the one on the outside. How do you not know that every year too?
Yeah, well, now I do. Okay. So I learned my lesson.
Right. Well, and that's why they call it family fun for generations.
Fun. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, Campbell Amusements. If you're going to the Rockton Fair, by the way, and you want some early bird tickets or cheaper wristbands or ticket prices, you can go to CampbellAmusements.com where they have early bird prices. So check that out before you go to the Rockton World's Fair, which is this weekend.
This is due to underwhelming demand, which I'm having trouble saying or spitting out for some reason. The podcast. And we are Dave, Rachel, and Forman. This podcast is brought to you by Campbell Amusements. And it's the podcast that is almost, but not quite, as much fun as stuffing a turkey.
Is that fun? Have you ever done that, Dave?
No, we don't stuff our turkeys. We don't. Because anything that gets stuffed in a turkey has to be removed. And I don't want to do that either.
Well, you have to remove some things first. Jeremy stuffs all the turkeys at our house.
So do I.
He cooks all the turkeys.
Good.
Every year, I think, I'm going to let it thaw for an extra day longer so it's not still frozen when I need to stuff it.
Yeah.
And every year, it's
Worst.
still frozen.
Well, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's why we decided a long time ago. We're gonna, you know what we stuff it with? Like an onion and maybe a few other, maybe some garlic.
Oh, no. Jeremy has an amazing stuffing recipe that's his family recipe. It's so... I didn't even like stuffing until I had his mom's stuffing.
You're not going to
amazing.
convince me ever. And I live with it was my mom used to do it for years and all of that stuff.
Oh, no.
You're never going to convince me that stuffing, which is something that you jam up a turkey's ass and then pull it out, is something that I want to eat.
Yes,
so
it's delicious.
No,
Yes, it is.
So good.
We do what's known as the stuffing in the oven. You did.
Ooh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. No, it's
My mom
good.
used to make it in a crock pot, and that was disgusting.
Well, not in a
you
crock
need
pot.
So I
it,
grew
you
up
need it in the
hating-
turkey.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You need it
No,
in the
you do
turkey
not.
so it's not soggy, and
No,
it's like...
you don't.
All you need to do is boil that stovetop stuffing for like a minute, and then you put that in the turkey.
Okay,
Ew.
whatever, but I'm not doing it.
No,
Don't
I got
ew.
I got a good stuffing recipe for you. I'm gonna give it
You
to
don't
you
need
before
it.
Christmas.
No,
I don't
this is
want
going
it.
to save you a lot of time.
I'm not. I'm not eating anything that comes out that way.
What's wrong with you? It's delish.
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
All right. No, that's
Anyway.
not the point. What are we doing here?
We got fun facts.
Usually factual, occasionally fun.
Rachel's fun facts.
Maybe we
I haven't done that for a while.
Maybe we should keep talking about stuffing.
Yeah. We've
Why, is
already
that
done
better?
one really fun fact, so very on brand.
What was our fun fact?
Stuffing a turkey.
Oh. The fact is that it's delicious. Dave's wrong. That's the fact.
No, I don't want it. I don't want anything.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. No.
You know
All
where
right,
the
well, I
rest of
don't-
the turkey meat comes from, right?
Maybe I should be eating at the keg. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway.
Picky.
Okay.
Okay, I don't have any facts about turkeys, unfortunately.
Well, you should have.
Why is this not the
Don't even-
Thanksgiving edition?
Don't you
Sorry.
know what time of year this is?
I know. I just don't. I don't have the turkey fun facts today.
Okay. All right.
But I got a few other things. Did you know that the first copy of Rolling Stone magazine, the very first copy they ever put out, came with a free roach clip
I
to
was
hold
just-
your joints?
I was just going to say that.
Oh, you knew that?
Yes, I knew that fun fact.
Can't stump Dave.
No, and it's not really that fun. It's just a
Well,
fact.
it's interesting. Yes,
It's
that's
just
kind of
a-
fun.
It
isn't
makes reading it more fun after you
Sure.
use it.
It's a quirky fact, but I don't
Yeah.
know how fun it is.
That's fun.
There's lots
All
of
right.
facts that are less fun than that, I'll tell
It's a
you. Then
lot.
I've weeded those out. You're welcome.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right. You're usually a good judge of that.
Yeah, I really hate you guys. I don't even know why I do this. Okay, Bill Nye, the science guy, as you know, because we know him, we love him. Bill Nye, the science guy.
Yeah.
He has 6 honorary doctorate degrees, as he should. I feel like.
Does
Good
he
for
have
Bill
any
Nye.
actual doctorate degree?
I don't know. I don't
Can
know.
you explain
He's
to
a
me-
scientist.
Can you explain to me where the fun is in that fact?
We love Bill Nye, don't we? Isn't he a good?
I like Bill Nye.
Yeah, I like
Do
him.
you know he was on Dancing with the Stars? Fun
Yeah,
fact.
I think I did know that. Yeah. That's
How was that fun?
I
not
don't know.
funner than
It's-
mine.
I think it is.
No, it's
He has-
not.
He's got 5 doctorates. Oh, and by the way, he was on Dancing with the Stars. Which one's more fun?
Okay, fine. God. Okay, couple of Nintendo facts because the Mario Brothers movie was out.
What less?
Moving right along.
What do you mean the Mario Brothers movie was? out in April.
In the summertime.
Are you just getting to that?
Yes, I'm getting to that now.
Have you heard
we
about
haven't done fun facts in a long time, David.
Rachel, your kids are going to love this. So I heard there's a new movie coming out about sisters who are princesses, and one of them freezes stuff.
I hope it's a musical.
I hope you have fun facts to contribute to this. You
Okay,
too.
go.
Okay. Well, according to Nintendo, Wario is not Mario's evil twin because we thought that he was, right? He's not his evil twin. They were actually childhood friends until Wario became jealous of Mario's good looks and advanced plumbing skills.
Oh.
Now they're enemies.
Oh, well, that's fun. Does Wario have 5 doctorates?
No.
No, but Waluigi was on Dancing with the Stars.
There you go. Now it's getting fun.
Okay, remember when we were kids and you had to blow into the Nintendo cartridge to get it to play because
Yes.
it wasn't playing?
Do you, not only is this not seasonal, what year do you think this is, just generally? What is happening?
Okay. Anyway, contrary to popular belief, blowing into the Nintendo game cartridges didn't fix them by removing dust. Just removing and reinserting it was what actually increased the chance of a good connection. So blowing it, all those years we spent into the cartridge didn't matter. Fine. All right, next
That's
one.
actually not a bad fun fact. I actually
That's
kind of
the
enjoyed
one
that.
you like,
Yes,
right?
yes.
That one.
How was that
There's
fun?
something, there was something slightly fun about that. All that blowing didn't do you any good.
I like the Bill Nye
But I'm
fact.
reminded. I remember.
I think that's great for him.
I remember working in the radio business. We have engineers, by the way, because they're the ones that keep us on the radio.
Yes.
If we don't have an engineer, we don't know how
We don't know how to fix it.
We don't know how we get out there for you to hear us. They do. And we once had a microphone that was malfunctioning, so we told the engineer, and he came in, and this was at 92.7. And he came in and he unplugged the microphone, which you'll love this, Forman, and banged it on his pants.
Yeah.
And then put it back in.
And it worked.
Yeah, it did. And that's a fun fact.
Always their first piece of advice was, did you turn it off and turn it back on?
Did you turn it off?
We're like, yes, we did that.
I know how to turn it on.
Yeah.
Well, at
I
least
know.
you guys
Oh, wait a
both...
second.
Fine.
It's not on. Hang on. Sorry for waking you at 5. It's
Yeah, sorry for calling you.
I didn't turn it on.
Well, at least you guys both think it's the same year during this bit.
Okay, fine. All right, a couple more left here. Did you know that 51% of Americans use subtitles all or most of the time when watching TV shows and movies? Including me. I do it all the time.
Why do you not understand what you're watching?
No, once you turn on the subtitles, do you not watch with subtitles?
No.
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 Ever?
No, it's distracting.
No, I
Only-
think it's great.
Only
Once
when
you
they're
start,
on
you
there
won't stop.
in if it's like an Instagram video and they're already on there and you can't turn them off, I will still have the sound on, but I will read the subtitles
Yeah,
like
that's
some
why-
sort of idiot.
Yeah,
You're
that's why
I
reading
don't
it, yeah.
need them to be there.
I find it
Right.
distracting. However, I will admit to using subtitles, and this is going to age me too, Forman. When watching the Ozzy Osbourne, remember they had that reality, the Osbournes?
Oh, God,
I
yeah.
had to have it on because I couldn't understand it.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
I use it because, if someone's our kitchen's right there, if the kids are making noise or something like that, I still know what's going on. I don't miss anything.
How the
easier.
tables have turned.
Yeah.
When you used to get up at 4 a.m. and fire up the blender and wake everyone else up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well.
Nobody woke up when I did that. They all slept
Turkeys
through
have
it.
come home to be stuffed.
That's
Turkeys.
what you. Why did you check on them?
Okay. Last one. After seeing the governor offer a $500 bounty for his arrest, pirate Jean Lafitte retaliated.
We don't know.
He's a pirate. He retaliated by offering a $1,500 reward for the capture of the governor. You want to capture me? I want to capture you for 3 times the amount.
I don't think
That's funny, guys. That one's a good one.
I don't think that's good business, though, Rachel. I just really
Why?
don't see. Well,
If you're a pirate, who cares?
well, no, but it's costing you money. I mean, I think I would
Yeah.
rather capture myself and get the $500.
That's
and
not
then-
even fun for kidnappers
Yeah,
because they
no.
both get captured and then nobody gets
It
paid.
is exactly.
No, the pirate captures the governor and then he has to pay out, but then he can continue being a pirate. which makes him more money. Okay, that I can't with you guys.
I know.
That's it. That was it. I'm done. I'm done now.
Well,
Are you
we've
really-
been preparing you for 48 episodes now to be underwhelmed.
We delivered.
That's it.
You can't say we didn't deliver. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, a podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, brought to you by Campbell Amusements. Thank you, Campbell Amusements, for believing in us. And don't forget about the Rockton World's Fair.
Yeah, all this weekend for Thanksgiving. The rides start Thursday, 5 p.m. They go right through till Thanksgiving Monday. And if you go to campbellamusements.com, you can get wristbands, but they also have family 4, 5, and 6 packs of Ride All Day wristbands you can pre-purchase.
Oh,
Walk
good.
right in and start riding.
What do you think's
Perfect.
better in this case? Would you do dinner after the Rockton? You know, like your Thanksgiving dinner after the fair? Or
Yeah, I wouldn't eat
before the-
beforehand.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't want to
All right.
eat
Just
dinner and
asking.
then go
I'm
to
just-
go on the
I'm
rides.
just a curious guy, you know
Yeah.
me.
No, you have to eat
What's-
afterwards. You
What's
can't
that in
eat
your
before.
bag? What do you got? What do you got in the bag, Rachel? What's that in your bag? I'm a curious guy.
It's a drumstick.
I ask questions. Okay, and also a shout out to our other sponsor this week, and that's Murphy Bus Lines. Thank you, Murphy Bus Lines,
Thank you.
for being part of Due to Underwhelming Demand.
They're looking for drivers. Murphybus.ca is where you can sign up. They'll help you. They'll train you to drive, and they'll help you get your license.
They will.
Stop
They
hitting
will.
the bell. We're not
I
done
know.
yet.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize for that. All right. This is the point of the podcast where we read our emails or comments or whatever people are saying when you know, they either like or they don't like us.
We
What
love
do
it when
they-
you're a part of the show. I know you
Yeah.
love to be a part of the show too, because I've
Sure.
heard back from people who are like, even friends of mine who have commented and we've read their comment. They're like, thanks for including me. That
Oh,
was
good,
awesome.
Good.
So you can email us anytime. DaveRachelForman@gmail.com is our email. There's no E in Forman. DaveRachelForman@gmail.com. Or message us on Instagram, Facebook, wherever. YouTube. We're on YouTube as well. All of our podcasts are video podcasts on YouTube. Last time we talked about your first car, because Charlotte, your daughter, Dave, got her license. She's got a car that she's driving around. So we were
Right.
talking about what was your first car and when did you get your license? Ellen says, I failed my license on my first try at 16, and then friends had theirs, so I didn't get my license till I was 19. Guess she didn't need it.
Wow.
First car was a 1970s AMC Hornet 4-door sedan, sky blue.
Wow. That's an old vehicle. Yeah.
Oh, 1970s, yeah. Laura says she was 16 when she got her license. First car at 19. It was an 89 Dodge Shadow, 2-door sport. If you were driving around as a teenager in a sport vehicle, how cool were you? Because I had a boat of a sedan. That's what I had.
Well, not very cool because no one could ride in it with you if you only had 2 seats.
Yeah.
No, but you'd have the seats in the back, but then you got to cram back in there.
No.
Yeah,
I could
you're-
fit everybody in mine.
You were
Yeah, you
driving
were
a
cooler.
bus.
Oh,
You were
yeah,
driving a
I was
bus
driving the
back
bus.
then.
I
Yeah.
could drive for Murphy. I could drive anything. Yeah.
Tammy said she failed her first attempt at age 27.
Oh, really? 27? That's late.
Yeah, got on her second try. Her first car was purchased for me from my boyfriend at the time, and now he's my husband, Louis. It was a Ford Escort, which he bought for $500.
Oh, wow.
That sounds exactly appropriate. Exactly what you would think.
For your first car. Janice says, the first car I drove was a Montcalm Meteor. Probably the same style as Rachel. We could have had 10 people in the car. I could have had 10, but without seatbelts. I could have 6 with seatbelts. 10 probably without seatbelts.
Ah, okay.
Fairly comfortably.
Yeah.
Nobody needs that.
No.
Yeah.
And not safe. Not safe.
Well, no, we didn't do that. It's just you could do that.
Exactly.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
another message we got this week that says, we're implementing restrictions on your ability to share your account or login credentials outside of your household. Oh, sorry. That was just Disney sent that to me about Rachel.
Yeah. I knew Rachel was busted.
What?
You're busted.
Crave hasn't shut down yet. You're lucky, Foreman.
Yeah. Hopefully nobody shuts that down because then what am I going to do?
We're trading. Yeah. Might have to pay another subscription, which just pains me. The amount of things we pay for subscriptions is ridiculous.
That's the most expensive one too.
Disney?
For no real reason. No, for Crave.
Oh yeah.
Oh
crazy.
yeah, I don't know.
It's
I that's the one I use the least. Actually, that and Amazon Prime. I use Disney and Netflix the most, I think.
Well, Amazon's going to start adding in commercials unless you start
Amazon's
paying
adding
more.
unless you want
Like
to pay
I'm
a little
already
bit more.
paying for Prime. That's supposed to come with it.
No, not
And
anymore.
now
yeah,
I gotta
you
pay
get what you're getting,
more
but they're
for-
just going to give you commercials at that same
Oh,
price.
my
That's
God.
right. You're still gonna get it.
I
but,
give
yeah.
Jeff Bezos enough money.
Okay, I think now that's a fun fact.
Not for me, it's not.
It is for Jeff.
Yeah, it's true. Build another penis rocket.
You can't say that.
Why?
It's just,
He did.
I just.